picture of what could be. One who holds the power to make dreams a reality. Inner strength and beauty, wisdom and grace. Oh, you've got all that it takes. You've got what it takes to live your dreams in this lifetime. This is the moment to shine. It's all about the ones you love, all about the things you do. It's all about the journey, yeah. It's all about you. It's all about your wishes. It's all about your time. It's all about the things you've become in your life. You know the stuff you're made of. You know you're on your way. You know you've got all that it takes. You've got what it takes to live your dreams in this lifetime. This is the moment to shine. It's all about the ones you love, all about the things you do. It's all about the journey, yeah. It's all about you, all about you. You got to live your dreams in this lifetime. This is the moment to shine. It's all about the ones you love, all about the things you do. It's all about the journey, yeah. It's all about you, all about you, all about you, all about you.
Gender is a pre-written book, and the plot is boring. Girl, mother, wife, out the pain, and cross. Why weak? They will try to describe you with such things, but you will use their stereotypes and turn them into your wings. When you choose to challenge, gender is a pre-written book, but not all the girls' stories end the same way. 33,000 girls are forced to become child brides every day. 132 million girls are not in school, and their futures are balloons that they watch drift away. But you are the full stop to the story. You are the new sentence that takes it on a different road. When you speak up, you open your palms and you share the load. When you choose to challenge, gender is a pre-written book, but not all of the characters are included, like the First Nations women who stand as still as statues, always walked past but never acknowledged or seen, or migrant women whose culture stands like a skyscraper, and they're forced to burn down the parts of themselves society doesn't deem convenient, or refugee women who are treated with brutality when we should have been lenient. And you are there as this story unfolds and you are faced with a choice. So choose to challenge. Gender is a pre-written book, and this is your chance to add your own chapter, to call out racism and sexism, and use courage to rub it out, to stand where the rest of the world has chosen to sit, to call it out at home, at work, at school, bit by bit, to scream where the world has chosen to whisper, not just for your daughter, your mother, or your sister. Let us choose to challenge. Gender is a pre-written book, and if you're listening to this, then your actions are the pen, your life is the paper. You are not the oppression of the past. I believe that you are so much greater, stronger, kinder. Choose to create history, not to be created by it. Choose to challenge.
For another songs before we start our programs. So just bear with me.
As part of an experiment to
We're bringing you one more songs before we start our programs. Thank you.
Build custom industrial machines in days.
Thank you for tuning in. Thanks. That's
Samantha Kurujuja, Samantha Kurujuja, Waladi, Samantha Kurujuja, Yuma, Samantha Kurujuja, Titi. Let me take Ajagal Babulu, let me take Ajagal Bashrabu. Tamatin Yamin Rain, Batatin Yamin Rain, Kerekete Yamin Rain, Shata Bedola, Yes, Kalina Kuruju.
Welcome, welcome.
Samantha Kuruju.
Thank you for coming.
Uzamanda Kuruju Jam. Uzamanda Kuruju Jam. Yaba. Uzamanda Kuruju Jam. Let me tell Nina before. Let me tell Nina before a chat. Let me tell Nina before. Let me tell Nina before a chat. Rapuna kalaklela turap. Watilena bakar ketir. Yes, Kalina Kuruju. Ya ode Samantha Kuruju ja. Yuma Kalina Kuruju. Samantha Kuruju ja. Wadati Kalina Kuruju. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaba Kalina Kuruju. Samantha Kuruju ja. Tinti Kalina Kuruju. Akuma bitan, ekali tilu shuwe yami, ekali kubu kifere, sali salama sikal, ekaman karama mohim, lemite, ajatal babulu, lemite, ajatal masrafu, sama jamin wen, idada jamin wen, kurang garep jamin wen, rakuna wadile na moya, kuti famu sama ketim. Yes, Kalina Kuruju. Ya ode Samantha Kuruju ja. Yuma Kalina Kuruju. Samantha Kuruju ja. Wadati Kalina Kuruju. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaba Kalina Kuruju. Samantha Kuruju ja. Tinti Kalina Kuruju. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Anakuwa kibor. Kuruju wa sherif. Intezi. Atakis mi koshama. Anaidu tera. Anasamsuka sifanya. Intezi. Ananas jamilian pio. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Dale firaja, Ramali al-Salata. Intezi. Ami aja imipeleka makaraka. Anaidu tera. Kashaka sikaba. Intezi. Kerekede jamirwao. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude. Samantha Kuruju ja. Yaude.
have your file number. If you don't understand what extension number is. Like a file number.
We continue. Hello.
Yes, you play the video.
Monday morning was stressful, but it wasn't out of the ordinary anymore.
We were actually feeling pretty good
Increase
until
the
someone
voice.
told there had been a call from someone, I don't remember who, but they said that the soldiers had breached the front gate and were coming into the compound. So I sent my first message to the UN to say that our gate had been breached, and that was one of many messages that I sent before my phone was taken.
We heard people breaking into the compound. They were shooting and stealing things. About an hour later, they figured out where we were, and they methodically tried to break in the door.
Is better here,
I
the
moved to
volume.
bed at first sign of contact with the soldiers.
It seems like it's
And
the
first thing they did was shout, where is the money? Where is the laptop? Where is the phone?
They kept asking people, what is your nationality? Where are you from? They were looking for Americans.
John was one of our local colleagues, and he sought refuge with us because he thought he'd be safer with his international colleagues.
When the soldiers first entered the building, they saw John run from one of the apartment rooms, and they grabbed him and they threw him to the ground, and they started beating him with rifle butts.
And while this was happening, a few of the soldiers came from behind and were just shouting. And, one of the distinct words that came out was a word, noir. And this sort of acted like a trigger for the soldier holding a gun to John. 2 shots were fired and he immediately fell to the ground.
It was clear that the situation had really escalated. Successive waves of soldiers came into the room and they separated the men and the women. I was trapped in a room and repeatedly raped. Sometimes by one person, sometimes with many people in the room. Until I was taken out of that room and I was put in another room and it started all over again.
I went to hide inside a bathroom with another 11 people. Everyone was trying to write messages on Facebook, WhatsApp. We were asking for help.
And one of the soldiers looked me right in the eye. He asked me where I was from, and I said I was American, and he started aggressively patting me down.
The first soldier was very clear. He put a gun to my head and he said, if you don't have sex with me, then every soldier in the room will have sex with you and then we'll shoot you. So he made it very clear that there really wasn't another option.
And he was telling me to open your legs, open your legs. And I wasn't really cooperating. So then he pulled my pants off completely and took both my shoes off, threw them on the floor, and then he raped me. And it didn't last very long. I would say maybe a minute.
Some of the soldiers were aggressive and they kept shouting, Khawaja, Khawaja, the white lady, and they tried to get the others involved, tried to encourage them. Some of the soldiers wanted to sit down and make small talk like we were on some sort of date. It was completely surreal. One of them, he wasn't one of the ones who raped me, he said, are you sad? And I said, well, yes, I'm upset. And he said, why? And I said, your soldiers raped me and I'm upset because they shouldn't do that. And he said, you can't be upset. There's no need to be upset because this is the work of God and not the work of man. And you don't need to be upset. And then he walked off.
It was about 7 o'clock, 7:30, later day, and we were extracted by someone in uniform.
We actually got taken to the National Security Building, and there were again many men in uniforms standing around. They were all pretending they didn't know what had happened to us. Oh, you're okay. You're okay here. Don't be scared. And at that point, one of my colleagues was saying, I don't think you understand what we have just been through. One of us has been shot. The women have been raped. How can you tell us to relax? And this man said, I'm sorry for the inconvenience this has caused you.
I went out and tried to see if there was anybody, but I couldn't see anybody. And these soldiers saw me and ordered me to go to this apartment. And with his gun, he touched me everywhere. It was violent and it was so scary. He ordered me to take my pants off, and I saw my friend being raped. And he ordered me to go there, and I had to wait in front of this girl. Then they went away, and there was this long and terrible and horrific night waiting for help, waiting for someone to come.
Generally, the compound has security lighting, but there was nothing, and it was just actually pitch black. There was rubble everywhere because they had upended everything in the apartment block, so I kept creeping out of my hiding place ever so often to just listen and see if it was safe. I wanted to get out of there and find a time when I could run to the bush and hide. We could see John's body was still on the ground, and we covered it with a sheet out of respect.
It was incredible. The first moment I understood that morning has arrived. The birds were singing. Once I heard the birds, I said to my friend, "The birds are singing, morning has arrived." And we cried.
We survive. We're whisked out of the country and given treatment straight away. We have access to counselling. We are taken back to our homes that are in relatively stable parts of the world, and we're looked after, you know. It's a horrific experience and a traumatic thing to recover from, but that's our experience. For the women of South Sudan, that experience of rape, much more violent way and much more often than we ever would. But they didn't get the chance to leave.
It backs to you, sir. Meanwhile, we'll look for another one.
How are we going to
Go
deliver
ahead,
this to the
continue
online
with the
space
topic.
if you don't know how to
Thank
code,
you.
if you don't know how to
Thank you. So welcome to all members, those who are watching. I'm greeting you all. For all those who are watching in the podium. So I'm greeting you all with the name of our women, our girls and sisters, Upper Women Days. Upper Women Days for today. We are wishing you all Upper Women Days. First of all, the people that I will give a wish to in the first place, especially in South Sudan. For this, I will say to all our mothers, Mama Rebecca Mobior, Upper Women Days, Mama Yandit Mayardit, Upper Women Days, Mama Angelina Tangs, Upper Women Days. And my own, including the one in the house with me, as a mother of the family, and also to a sister of the family, and the wife within the family, I will wish you all Happy Women Days. Happy Women Days. Secondly, come to my team, especially my team, those who are creating this, make this possible as Nile Nation Networks. I will greet you all for Nile Nation Networks. And I will wish all Nile Nation Networks family a sister, although I give my condolences for the loss, but I'm still wishing you Happy Women's Day, Sister Bejian. Again, I came again to our sister Jojo Paul. Happy Women's Day, Jojo. And again, I give a wish again to our sister Yara Tim. Happy Women's Day to you. So, to all women who are behind Nile Nation Networks and their husband, I will wish all Happy Women's Day to you all. As you've seen that video that was being played after I talks, it's a sad video. It's a very sad video that happened in 2016 in July in the capital, not in somewhere else, in the capital of our country called South Sudan, capital Juba. The video that you see there are the people as being disturbance in the capital of the country. And yet, those are foreigners, dignitaries, those who help the helpless, who help those who are in need of something to eat or for the safety where they can run as a safety for themselves, are the people who facing that situation that they face in that weeks in capital. So my question is that if the NGOs or the aid workers or the members of United Nations are facing that situation, then who else cannot within the country? Who else cannot in the country if those women who are dignitaries, those who are going there to support and help those anger that was being displayed by their own government, are facing that the situation that they face, then who else cannot? That's the question. Who else cannot? Then, in that case, if we've seen that and you witness, whoever will see this video, Google about South Sudan, take my witness that I have as an accuser, take that aside and Google South Sudan if you've never been in South Sudan. And you can go and take a look by your own and see what is going on in that country. So if the international women who are going to help the community that are suffering, then who else cannot face that situation? To you all women who are South Sudanese in East Africa and in the Western world, today is the day that if you don't see, I'm not trying to make a political here, but I'm trying to alert you that International Women's Day is the day that you all gain in stress, that you all gain your right, that you have been lifted from not to have a power, to have at least to be an equal right. So for you all women in South Sudan, it's been signed in the paper in the peace agreement 2018 that a woman 35%. But the leadership of IO in Juba went and declared and said, from 35%, you, those who are in that camp, certain camp of IO, who are IO leadership camps, the leadership raised it from 35 to 45, at least. But my demand, we are all equal. You are in the West here, you are in Africa, we are all equal. If it is a job, we are all sleeping outside with a job that nobody is not working. You work, I work. It's the same job. It's the same money that come home. I cook, you cook. I clean, you clean. I do worship, you do worship. I tired, you tired, like the same I am. So the need is all of us. And everybody always is tired, like any others. So my call to you, do not ignore this call. We need to pressure those elderly mothers that I mentioned their name here, including their own others who are following them within the government, and those husbands who are a leader within the government with their wife need to be pressured by you, those who are out from the government, to tell those mothers of us, Rebecca Nyandeng, Ayan Mayadit, and Angelina Teng, plus the others ministerial within the government and the others government leaders, their wife, to tell them, let implement peace correctly and give peace a chance and give the sufferers a chance. Those women who are always raped, killed, innocent women that left their kid as orphans, please give them a chance. And this is my call for all of us, for you and I, and for whoever believe that women have right. Please let's put our hand together and call for those leaders in South Sudan to give a change a little bit. So put the peace first and give a peace a chance, so the suffered children can get help. Those can get a chance to live. And this is the message that I'm coming for. So for you ladies, it's you, and this day is the day that you are getting strength to have a right that every mother should deserve. And this is your work, and we need you, and we need those who knows that always you have a mother, and your mother is important to you. It's your day to call for those who are stressing our mothers and our sisters, our wife and our daughters who are suffering in South Sudan. Let's give them a text so they can know that South Sudanese have enough for them. We need those women windows to have a chance so they can feed their kid, although they have nothing to feed them for. It's your work for you mother who knows who have your kid here with you, that there is a kid somewhere, like any kid that you have are suffering. So please tell Salva Kiir to give peace a chance so those kids can have a chance for themselves. The same to anybody who supporting opposition. Let live peace. Peace is the main important thing that we need. Let's give peace a chance. So those kids should have their own strength. When I'm talking about what kind of peace we need to give a chance, let not be confused here. Let's be clear. The peace has been signed in 2016. 2018. When we signed 2018 peace, actually only a war was in internal one that happening. It's not a war that the peace is collapsed. It's not yet happened. But the peace that I'm calling to give a chance, that's one thing that is not holding. What is not holding is security arrangement. Security arrangement is a big issue. And we, those who are supporting mothers, supporting their sisters, or supporting their wife, supporting their daughters, we need to call, and all mothers who are supporting the government, my text is let's call for security arrangement. So you yourself should get a chance to go home and see those who was being left behind from this war, to give them anything that you can do to them, not to worry about their deaths. So that's the peace that I'm telling people, that we need peace, or give the peace a chance. We need that security arrangement to be implemented. So you will be having a chance to support this kid. You are a Salva Kiir supporters, or Dr. Machar, or any others opposition. Even if you are Thomas Rilo or Paganamom and Mr. Sorry for that. So that person also too, and I believe he got no, to my own analysis, I never seen his military is watching a war. Neither I seen Pagadamum, his military, or if he have watching a war. So please, we need peace. And peace, when we need peace means let all, you have a father who have a daughter that already become a mother. Is your concern if your daughter is in South Sudan? If you are a father who have a kid, and also too, the kid that, like your kid, are suffering in South Sudan. If your mother is still surviving, it's your take to do that, to call for this peace. And the peace that I'm talking about, I repeat it again, is a security arrangement. So you yourself somewhere can have that chance to do what you can do to those who are remain behind from this senseless war. So to you all, brothers and sisters, this is my call that I'm calling for. We need this peace to be implemented. And that peace is a security arrangement, I meant. Because you see, when I play that video, the video that I play is very disturbing. If it is very disturbing for those who are foreigners, who always help even the people who are working in the government, give them a ration, a food that can survive their kid, and have been humiliated within the capital, not outside of the capital. What about those who are South Sudanese? If you could see those who was being humiliated like that, what about the South Sudanese themselves, who have no power? That's why you see, they always say a maximum of 500,000 that died in this war. And I believe it is because the opposition are really so cooperating to make sure people should not be harmed. If the resistance try to say, oh, we have to fight, things should not be well in this time. It could be more than genocide that happened in Juba. So my fellow brothers and sisters, as I saw you here, so what I'm calling for, I'm reminding our mothers, Happy Mother's Day, and also to take this text to make sure you have to call for these leaders, write something, throw into internet, go to live video, and call for this security arrangement. So you will have an access to go and see your grandmother if you come to this Western world when you are a kid and you wish to go and see your grandmother. The only thing, although you are in Salva Kiir camp, is you have to call for the security arrangement, so you will be having a freedom that you can go and see your grandmom alive. Otherwise, you will not find her again. And exactly, I'm not taking this for political, I'm taking this for the life of the human. And you all seen it from that. Google it by yourself. Take this aside, what I'm talking about. Take it aside and Google for South Sudan. So you can see by yourself what is going on in South Sudan. And that is what I was coming for. So as we're talking, I will ask our brothers to give a break and give us a little music. So then I can come back again and wrap it up. So, and if there's a people who should come and put a little bit input, we will be welcoming them. So this is all about. So our brothers, if you prepare something, and then let's do that. So that's why. So Brother Connor and members of the team, Otto, welcome. Gabriel, so welcome, brothers. So if you have anything to say, I will welcome you all and come and put what you can put. Yes, again, like you all seen it. I will not play that video again. If you go to Google, you can Google it. South Sudan 2016 aid workers, and when you go there, so you will see and listen by yourself what went wrong there. And if you see those women was being humiliated that way, so what about those who doesn't have right within South Sudan? What is going to happen to them? That's the big situation there. And this is something that we need to take a look for. You are supporting government, or you are not supporting government, you are supporting opposition, or you are not supporting opposition. Our aim is let's call for security arrangement. So what is going to happen in there? So when we have a security arrangement, you will be having a chance, if your mother or your grandmother is in control area of opposition, will have a chance, you will have a chance to visit them. If your mother or your grandmother is in control of area of the government, you will be having a chance to visit your grandmother or help those kids that need help. If you are a person who are a humanity, we have a humanity. You will be having a chance to go and help those kids and help those mothers, that because the orphan is become too huge in South Sudan. So this is the thing that we need to do. So we need your help to call for this peace that has been put in South Sudan, that security arrangement should be done. And this is your work as a mother, and this is your work as a woman that knows this day is your day. This is your text as a woman, and this is your text as a husband who have a wife should support his wife to give a call to those leaders so they could put the security arrangement into the right place. So everybody will have a right to go and visit them, their family. Salam alaikum, brothers. So this is what we are calling for. It's your day as a woman who are suffering in this cause in South Sudan. It's your day that we are coming here to support you and wishing you happy this day, although you are not happy. But we are wishing you to come and call for this, or call for we, those who have a mentality of war, to stop war and put this cold security arrangement together. So you will be having a chance, if you are here and you have a grandkid in overseas, you will be having a chance to visit them. And if you are here and your mother is still alive in overseas, you will be having a chance to visit your mother. So do you, men who are in the Western world. Although you are a Salva Kiir son or Riek Machar son, we need to call our mothers, especially Rebecca Nyandeng, Damabior, Ayan Mayadit, Angelina Tang. We need to call them, plus others ministerial. We need to give them a call to tell them our grandmothers need help. So you pressure those who are close to you. Those who are close to you, we need them to pressure them and say, put security arrangement first. So those kids, there are some others there who need to kurush. You know, kurush in Arabic, that's in Arabic. In English, they can cultivate for their kid because they got nobody. Their parents are dead. Maybe my grandmother is still there alive. He can feed them before they die. So that's what I'm calling for. For you men also too. We need you to call for your wife, to call for their leaders back home, that we need, these people need help. Please, is our chance. And if someone want to come, share the links. So if someone want to come and add something, so he can add. So this is what I'm calling for. It's your day, Women Day. It's the day of liberation for yourself. And this is the day that we, personally, welcome aboard, is supported. That everybody is equal. We are all equal. We cook. We go to work together. We get tired together. We can do anything together. The blood that you have is the blood that I have. If I'm tired, it's the same the way you're tired. You go to work, it's the same the way that I go to work. We are tired. We need this kid to be supported back home. So please, brothers, share the link out. So if someone want to come in, so you can come in. So this is the point that we needed, brothers and sisters. We need to support that. We need to support that. That's our aim. We need to support that. So and this is our collaboration as the people that so I share the link down here. So if anyone want to add something, will be highly welcome. And because yes, we share the link down. So if you want to come in and come and put your input, because it's our call all, and we are here to wish for a happy Women Day. That's our best wish to our mothers, our sisters, our wife, our daughters. And best wish to our grandmothers. So in this case, I will be very happy to close the topic, and it's 1 hour, it's full 1 hour, it's okay. But this is the topic that I was coming for, is we need support for our mothers, we need support for our daughters, we need support for our wife. So those who have been left empty-handed, their husband died, they need support from us. Although you are a government supporter or you are whoever supporter, we need to pressure and put security arrangement to be implemented. And this is our very big issue that I'm calling for today. And we're wishing you all a Mother's Day. We're wishing you all a Mother's Day. And thank you. And may God bless mothers and our sisters and our wife and our daughters in the whole worldwide. Again, Mama Rebecca Nyandeng, Mama Yandit, and Mama Angelina Tang, I hope this message will go to you with the other mothers who are in the table with you or were sitting with you as a ministerial, or their husband are as a ministerial or as a vice president or as an MPs, those who are working in South Sudan government worldwide, and those who are opposite the South Sudan government worldwide. It's your work. Let's serve the kids that have no father, have no mother, and the orphan wife that have been left behind that need help. The help that we need for them, the support that we need for them is to call for security arrangement so they will live in peaceful means. That's the only job, the task that remain that need to be done. And this is our work. Nobody else can do it. We can do it. Don't think you cannot do it. You can do it. Believe me or not, you will do it. It's your work. Don't take it because Welcome Aboard is a person always talk on the internet. No, this is our work. You can do it, brothers. You can do it, sisters. You can do it, daughter. You can do it, mother. Please, you can do it. No matter what, you can do it. You can do it. It's our work. Let's call for that. Talk to anybody that close to you, that can listen to you. Let implement the security arrangement. That's the only thing that, whether there's no government, but if there is a security within the country, whether there's no government, but the security, if security is in the country, those people, they can feed themselves. They can go and cultivate their food. They can grow up their animals. They can buy themselves food. Security arrangement is the very important one. Let's call for it. Don't ignore yourself. You can do it. Brothers and sisters, and may God bless you all. Thank you. Goodbye. Happy Mother Day.